Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome over to you. Today I want to talk about why people. Oh, oop. People are saying that there are no games being released today, and I believe that is just incorrect, factually. I think the biggest reason for saying this is because of the Game Awards. But before we get into that, remember, if you could like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I said it clearly. And let's get into this. So a lot of people are saying that most games are sequels nowadays, right? That's not really true. I mean, sequels or remakes. I mean, you do get a lot of sequels or remakes. We also get like a good amount of standing games like that aren't sequels. Literally, most of the only sequel that was nominated was technically a DLC. Metaphor, its own standalone. Astrobot standalone. Wukong standalone. Balatro, however you say it, standalone. The only reason I think it seems like there are more sequels and stuff is because there are more sequel stuff, but there are more games being released now than ever. I think is what people aren't realizing. We're getting more and more. That's why people say there are no games, but it's not, or more like AAA are bad. I mean, in American AAA has been really bad because Ubisoft and EA, Blizzard, they've just been like killing it in the bad way. Like, it's just terrible. But like, okay, you look at games, right? For every banger, there's a bad game nowadays. But that is more because there are more games being produced. And most of the bad games are from companies like Ubisoft and EA. But then you have Capcom. You have Capcom and Sega, who have been making bangers. Especially Sega. Lately, Sega's been on fire. But they've been making great games this year. But what do you hear more about? The bad ones. Notice we got the Game Awards. Nobody, like, everyone's like mad Astrobot won. Why? Because they didn't believe Astrobot was good. A lot of people just said, "What's Astrobot?" Some people said, "How did Astrobot win?" Blah blah. It doesn't help game journalism. Game journalism has also killed AAA gaming, because if game journalism will say something's really bad or something's really good, and things will say really bad, usually really good, or things will say are good, could be bad, could be good. It's a toss up. Like IGN killed Astrobot. IGN and like a bunch of people killed Astrobot because people thought they must be bad games because IGN rated 10. And IGN also rated She-Hulk a 9. And other stuff, Concord a 7. That's why. That's my dog in the background. But I pointed the wrong way. I forgot the camera's flipped. But yeah, I think game journalism like that has killed AAA gaming. It doesn't help that IGN is very consistent. They got their Sonic 3 rating out today. They said it was better than the other two, but they rated it the lowest of the three. Which is, you can't have both. But anyway, so that's happening. But if you look back in the day, like the games released, of course there were more games like back in like the Atari and stuff like that. But also if you look at Atari and stuff like that, even like PS2, there were really simple games that they would just be like, they could probably make those like a month and then shoot them out for free cash. You look today, some of the games have been in development for years. And that's because they're trying to get up to industry standard. And it's like, of course, Concord, 8 years, terrible. But Cyberpunk, 10 years. It should have been given more time. And it came out bad. But that's because they didn't give them the time it needed. They just forced to release it. But Cyberpunk released it the state it is now. Or I guess the state it was when they fixed it. The game would have been miraculous. Amazing. But it just didn't give them enough time. So it's like, it's not that games are getting worse. It's that we're getting more games that take more time. So it seems like it's worse. Of course, there are like obviously outliers. Halo Infinite was a fumble because they made their own game engine. Ubisoft actually just releases terrible games. Same with EA. I think the biggest problem is sports games really dominate the industry, and sports games always sucks. Insomniac does well actually, but I don't know if Insomniac's even American. Insomniac might be Australian. But yeah, it's just like. I think the biggest reason people say that is because EA and Ubisoft have like such a hold on the market, and Nintendo, and eBay and Ubisoft release like dog shit. I'm getting a scam likely call, and then Nintendo is like very sometimes release good things, sometimes release bad. Same with Sony, but then people are overlooking things like Capcom and Sega. Capcom, I don't even think I can name a bad Capcom game, and if I have, that's because it's bad. You don't hear it. A Sega was kind of on a dry spell for a while, but even then they still released some good games. But like Sega is like been releasing banger after banger this year. But why do people not realize it? Because they're focusing on like Concord coming out or they're focusing on Star Wars Outlaws. Why? Because they're slop and they're bad. And the Game Awards give me hope because you saw all those games. Onishima, amazing. The first one was amazing for its time, like beyond what any PS1. I think probably one of the most technology advanced, if not the most technology advanced PS1 games. Okami's amazing. I'm playing that on the channel now. You should go check that out. It's just that sequels are going to take over because people want sequels to the games they love. New games are harder to get into the spotlight, but when they do, they shine out. Like, whether that's in a good way or a bad way. It's just that we're getting more of both, and that we're getting the same amount of sequels as new games. It's harder to get... It's also harder to devoid new ideas, or get new ideas. You can only go so many new ideas. Every idea you can think of has been done before. And if it hasn't, it's usually an indie game of, like, people that actually care. Or, like, somebody had ideas, so they brought it to their team. That's the other thing. The big companies, the people at the higher-ups are deciding what games we made, what to do. And they don't have full creative control. They usually have creative control. Of course, they have, like, art director stuff, but the art directors are usually, like, people that are already been high up. But, yeah, that's all I want to talk about. I want to thank you for watching the video. Remember to like, subscribe, to the notification bell, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.